The winter weather continues to affect Hardin County and Jefferson County schools this week, and we have some updates on the start to this school week coming up. Thanks for joining us here at 6:30. I'm Alex Dieterer. So it's a 2-hour delay for JCPS students tomorrow. All bus pickup and school start times will operate on a 2-hour delay, and all extracurriculars will remain as scheduled. The school system made the announcement at 3:30 this afternoon. For Hardin County, this Monday is a teacher workday. So for students, that means there is no school. Teachers are expected to prepare NTI work for future cases of severe winter weather. And this announcement comes after the road department had 10 plow trucks out over the weekend clearing roads. The department says they've laid down over 600 tons of salt after the winter storm passed through. That department said there are more than 5 inches of ice packed on some of those roads. For both school systems, no decisions have been made yet about Tuesday. And we are joined now by meteorologist Austin Evans. And Austin, I mean, driving down some of those back roads, you can kind of feel that icy slickness still hanging on.
Yeah, unfortunately, these school issues, not something that I'm all that surprised about, because even compared to last year when the big snow happened, it didn't stay as cold this long. So we're still dealing with all the ice that's still around, but we'll finally get above freezing tomorrow. That's what's next. Right now, mainly clear skies, and go look at the moon. You should. It's the snow moon. It's a full moon. Here's the temperature change over the past 24 hours. We are warmer. I know we're still below freezing, but we are warmer. There's the moon. There's the ice on the Ohio River from our Bachman Auto Group, U of L Health downtown camera. We're in the low to mid 20s here in the metro, zooming out pretty much everyone in the lower 20s. So Lebanon, Hodgenville, Campbellsville down to 19 degrees, Springfield down to 18 along with Carrollton. And taking a look here at satellite and radar, not seeing any flurries out there, but that is possible tonight. Details on your work week coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Austin. Right now, hundreds of protests are happening across the U.S. following the death of Minneapolis nurse Alex Preddy at the hands of immigration and customs agents. There are also vigils that are being held for the killed and detained people by ICE in community training sessions. We're joined now by WHAS11's Clarice Shaley and photojournalist Connie Offit, who are at a prayer vigil here in Old Louisville for Preddy. And Clarice, what's the environment like out there this evening?
Well, Alex, prayer and reflection are happening here at the Woodbine Chambers, and the area was actually at capacity, and overflow was out here holding candles during the vigil. But in many ways, today is about prayer and preparation. Just earlier today, a nonviolent civil disobedience training was held, and it was organized by a group called Louisville Show Up for Racial Justice, and in that class they say they're really just training people on how to be bystanders and witnesses in moments of injustice. And one of the coordinators, David Horvath, tells me that the ICE activity here is nothing like in areas like Minneapolis or Chicago, but with what has been happening in the last few months, he believes this training is all the more important.
We hope that doesn't happen. We hope that there isn't an invasion here, but if that happens, we are prepared to provide folks who will stand with people.
And I actually spoke to Horvath in a completely different location from where the training took place. He wouldn't tell me where it was or allow me to come in and get any video of the training. He says this is to keep their commitment to the people attending the class and the location of their safety and security. And through the speakers and songs here at the Woodbine Chambers, people are coming together, all centered around grief, peace, solidarity, and hope. In Old Louisville, Clarice Shaley, WHAS 11 on your side. Alex.
All right, thank you, Clarice. And amid ongoing protests here in Louisville and across the U.S., a 5-year-old boy and his father are now back in Minneapolis after a judge ordered their release from a detention center in Texas. ABC's Morgan Norwood has reaction from the Trump administration.
As protesters in Minneapolis take to the streets, a 5-year-old boy and his father, asylum seekers, detained by federal agents nearly 2 weeks ago and sent to a Texas detention facility, arriving back in the Minnesota city after a federal judge ordered the government to release them. This photo of Liam Ramos in a blue hat and Spider-Man backpack last month after he returned home from preschool going viral as him and his father were detained. That judge says their removal from the suburban Minneapolis neighborhood was unconstitutional, writing, "The case has its genesis in the ill-conceived and incompetently implemented government pursuit of daily deportation quotas, apparently even if it requires traumatizing children." In this exclusive video, ABC's John Quinones was on what he calls an emotional flight with Liam and his father, Adrian.
The flight attendants were in tears, other passengers were in tears, the pilots were crying, they brought him into the cockpit. He was happy, he had a little Pikachu stuffed animal with him and a backpack, and his father was with him, and it was very joyful.
The Department of Homeland Security says ICE did not target or arrest a child, claiming that when ICE agents went to arrest the father, he fled on foot, abandoning his child. For the child's safety, one of our ICE officers remained, and the father told officers he wanted the child to remain with him. The father telling ABC News he walked a few feet ahead to shout for help. Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche says the Trump administration will appeal the judge's decision.
The body of immigration law is much different than our typical criminal process because of the administrative nature of what we do every day. And so to the extent that we need to appeal that judge's decision, I promise we will.
Morgan Norwood, ABC News, New York.
And as we continue to cover the actions of ICE both here in Kentuckiana and nationally, the best way to stay up to date is right here on WHAS 11. We'll post the latest updates on our website, WHAS11.com, and on our free WHAS 11 Plus app. You can download it for your smartphone today.